Hello, you beautiful baby. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for clicking this video. I really appreciate it. Welcome back or welcome. Hey girl, hey, it's your girl Tyra. Over here, I basically just tell you all my business, whether I'm vlogging, reading out of my journal, or just sitting down talking to you. You never know. You may have clicked on a video that's about drama or me doing a reaction. Whatever made you click, I'm so glad you did. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Say this, okay? I should be doing my press on business opening video. I should be doing that. But I was up until like 9 a.m. completely like hyped up on frickin' Dunkin' Donuts from yesterday's vlog and adrenaline from getting so much done yesterday. And I just don't have the energy that I need, that I require to do such an important video.
Now, I have been sitting on this video for far too many days, but, you know, some bigger things happened in my life, and, you know, it was to be vlogged about, you know, to be talked about. I put this video on the back burner and, you know, was going to probably do it sometime this week, you know, in the next few days. Because I don't need energy for this video, we are here right now. I have watched Abby's video, which is over an hour long, okay? Spouting off, very much so, about just Anne saying that she was set up, okay? Now, I originally watched this video, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, she's talking about Anne. I watch all of Anne's content. What am I missing? Where was this setup? Like, da-da-da-da-da. And I just kind of put two and two together, and I'm like, it has to be her latest video, which I will link below. And you probably should watch first. Like, literally, click out of this video right now and just go watch her video. Like, this is someone who's going to therapy and is, like, working things out. And this whole video's premise is her learning from this therapist that she's finally started to see, because I don't think she really believed in them per se, right? Like, she's one of them people, and how much she's learning and how much she's growing and, you know, very much understanding her part in things that she played victim for in the past. I went back and I had to watch her video. So now I'm watching Abby for over an hour dying because she's the most boring person I've ever watched on YouTube, maybe, I don't know. So I go back and I watch Anne's video and I find it. Okay, this is the video she's talking about. What in the fuck is really going on? What is happening right now? Like, what did I just listen to? But Anne did say that she was set up in this video.
Now, the way that Abby is talking about this setup sounds as if Anne went on to say, you know, 20 women set her up, you know, and like broke the fucking law. Yeah, no, that's not what she meant at all.
And we'll go over that because I think that's a very important part of this video. If you're not going to watch Anne's video and you're going to listen to what other people say about the video without going to see the video for itself, and then go on to finally break your silence and then go on to talk for over an hour, over a 2-day time period, right? And you're not on YouTube anymore, but you have this really cool mic that you're holding on to. Like, you remind me of Radiant Brit, right? So, like, I don't understand, like, any of this video. And I'm so confused. And I'm tripping out. And I'm sitting over here. And this was a day that, like, I was just watching drama shit all day. You know, just like I took the day and was just watching the bullshit. And this video popped up. And I'm just like, oh my God, what is even going fucking on? So I go back, right, and I watch Anne's video all the way through again. I might know who she's talking about, but I, like, know the context of what just came out of her fucking mouth. So I was confused. So I go and watch Anne again, and I said, you know what? I really, really need to watch Abby again. And let's clip some things, you know what I'm saying? Let's react to this video because it's so interesting to me. The reality, in my opinion, is I think that that side that Abby has found herself in, because of her hatred for me, right? She hated me and then became friends with other women who hated me because she's not part of any other community except for the unboxing beauty community. But somehow she ended up in the drama community, and she's so confused why she's like always with drama. It's her story, bitch. We're gonna let her tell it. You know what I'm saying? Like all these motherfuckers. You don't want to be in no drama, but you like inserted yourself into some hate Tyra shit, and now you're mad. Now you're mad, bitch. I probably got the first half down to like 10 minutes. But if I get into reacting and I find myself getting petty or getting irritated, I'm not going to react to the video. So I decided, let's open the video this way, just me talking. Should anybody's friendship like be YouTube drama? No, but guess what? That friendship has been YouTube drama for a long time. This is not my first rodeo with these girls' friendship. Oh, no, 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 no. We've had a couple videos made. I know the channel no longer exists, but bitch, them videos existed. We've been talking about this friendship for a long time. It seems as though to me, this is just my honest opinion. You know me, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to keep it funky at all times. I think that side is getting really fucking bored. And they don't have nothing better to do. But what they're noticing is Anne getting closer, because I can see it, right? I can see it. Getting closer to women who happen to be around me, my friends, right? Some of my friends. And I guess you could say part of my community, well, our community. It's not my community, it's our community, right? And then, you know, it's just a little tiny group of us and stuff. But Anne frequents, you know, Anne shows support, and she's made friends with women that are also my friends. And there might be a little bias here because I happen to really like Anne. I didn't always like Anne. I really didn't. There was a time where I said, oh my God, you like totally went off the rails here. Like, why did you take this video that I made so serious? But like, I get it. You know, it's the first time she's ever had a detractor and a video made. And, you know, Anne and I have our past too. But like, we've grown from that. We've like moved on from that. I think so many of us, especially in our community, like we've just moved on from so many things. And I just don't understand why in 2025 any of these things are coming back up again. We're talking about someone, okay, who made a video about going to therapy and being somebody who did complain and talk about said friendship in the past and did in fact put blame on Abby for certain things, you know, whatever her friendship issues were. I don't remember half of them, right? And it don't matter. But like coming to her platform and being like, man, you guys, this therapy is just really teaching me some stuff. And, you know, I was not always the victim. You know, I am the one who was totally at fault for so many things I'm learning now. When you are a lifestyle channel, okay, I guess that's what we're going to call it. I don't know what to call it. I don't like the name, but whatever. Like myself, and you talk about your life.
She too was in the unboxing beauty community for many years. She has since branched out, made another channel. You guys also know her as Just Anne's World. She takes you shopping. She does all her vlogging. She'll have coffee chats. First of all, I recommend you look at her channel. Like, just go check her out because she does content just like me.
But here's the greatest part. She's going to therapy. So, like, I'm over here proud of myself because I'm journaling, right? Like, oh my God, I'm journaling. I'm making efforts, right? Like, no, this bitch is going to a whole fucking doctor, therapist. You know what I'm saying? As someone who just simply likes her, I think that's amazing. And I also think it's super dope when you're able to go to a therapist and come online and be like, yeah, you know, you guys have listened to me be angry and upset and sad about things, and you knew that these things made me feel as though I was the victim and I hadn't done anything wrong, but now I'm learning that so many things are my fault. What more do you want from that bitch? I'm dead ass. What more do you people want from Anne? You want her to shut up forever and act like her and Abby were never friends for 9 fucking years? Do you know how difficult it is going to be for me, and I'm not going to put this on myself, to not speak about friendships without speaking of my ex-friend who was a whole frenemy? And what, I'm not allowed to talk about that? I'm not allowed to talk about my friendships and things that I've gone through and things that I've learned, because that's the purpose of my channel. 1 person to relate, 2 people to feel better about themselves that they're not a loser like me, 3 people to laugh. That's all I care about. That's like what I'm on YouTube for.
Not to mention it's therapy for me, and it's free therapy, and then I don't have to keep doctor's appointments and stuff because, like, I'm not responsible anyway, so that's just what it is, right?
But, like, what fucking more do you want from Anne except you just want her to shut up? It don't work like that. Nobody on YouTube gets to shut up anybody. That's not the way life works. That's not the way life works at all. People can say, oh my God, like, Anne just can't stop talking about Abby. No, Anne has dealt with some, like, personal friendship things. And these personal friendship things are coming up for her now while she's learning these things about herself and trying to understand why this person would hurt her, right? Why Abby would hurt her. So now you have a problem with her referring to a friendship. You know, Abby says, and this is if I react, you'll hear it, but Abby does say, you know, just because you don't say my name doesn't mean you're not making a video on me. That is exactly what that means. That's exactly what that means. Your fucking face is not on the thumbnail. Your motherfucking name is not tagged in the title. And bitch, your name is not even mentioned in the goddamn video. How in the fuck do you find yourself saying that a video is about you? A video is not about anybody unless that anybody is the star of the video. If I talk about you for 5 minutes in a 40-minute fucking vlog, bitch, don't you ever in your life say that I made a video about you. I literally mentioned your motherfucking ass. That's all I did. I mentioned you. You didn't get a whole video. Don't do that to yourself. I'm definitely going to attempt to react. I won't continue to if I don't like, you know, my attitude in it, basically. But before I get to that, I want to say this. This is just the reality. Them ladies are feeling some type of way because, number 1, they're bored. It's now a very large community, a group of women who, you know, go in group chats and discords and, you know, record conversations from one another so they can have dirt on them and all the things, right? Like, that's just what it is. Like, we're going to hear Abby talk about it. Like, let's just be for real. And this group of women happen to really hate the success of the people around them that they think are trash or bullshit and all the things. My support happens to personally bother Abby and her friends. So I can only imagine how Just Anne not only Is she, you know, got her a new little man, right, after her divorce. You know, she's happy. She's going to therapy. Life is changing for her. And I'm sure she's gaining plenty of support. And matter of fact, I think I've seen a community post where she was like thanking new subscribers. She's getting new support. She's on a whole different journey now compared to where she was 6 months ago. And I think these girls are bored. I think these girls have nothing better to do than to stalk and worry about other people who are doing better than them on YouTube, when in reality, I don't think any of them give two shits about YouTube. It's simply just watching people like myself or Anne doing well. Abby and her friends have been a really big problem for a very long time, for years. I don't know if Abby's subscribers have any clue just how deep she got with what was the anti-Tyra community and trying to like take me down. Her and Anne joined that community together as friends. And how interesting, you know, Abby decided to start like BFFing with certain people, and they ended up realizing that they had to go their entire separate ways. I don't think Anne is anything like those women. Therefore, she's not going to fit in that clique forever. But like Abby and her friends are dirty, rotten scoundrels. Are they out here doxing people and like going real life on people? Absolutely not, and thank God. But they're always going to be haters. They're always going to make videos. They're always going to talk shit. And they're always going to find something wrong with people that they have allowed themselves to hate.
One thing I have always said about Abby is that girl hates me. Don't know me from motherfucking Adam, but the bitch hates me. Her friend Steph TXMA hates me. Don't know me, hates me. And unfortunately, when you're insecure and jealous and all the things, like that shit comes out.
It's obvious to a lot of people, okay? Nobody talks about it, but it's obvious to a lot of people. Even people in their community have even said, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, like, they just want to fucking hate on people. But that's beside the point. Real life, 100% keeping it funky. I think they're bored. I think they want some drama. I think they want to be in some bullshit. And I think this was just to, like, start something. And I also know that they knew probably 90% sure that Tyra would make a video, and that would give them something to make a video on.
I get it. You're trying to grow your channel because you fucking been here 4 years and can't even hit 1,000 subscribers. We know you don't care. We know you don't care and you're like way too good for YouTube. But boy, you find yourself on there at fucking midnight talking about Cully Call, don't you? That's the kind of shit I'm talking about.
Like, we're dealing with Abby and her friends. Abby and her friends are mean girls. They're just mean girls. And they want something to complain about, in my fucking opinion. Because I have an opinion, because I've watched this friendship be destroyed by them two joining a hate community. Because again, I don't believe that Anne ever had a place there. That's not who Anne is. We may not be friends and, you know, besties and kiki and have coffee together, but I feel like I know her enough to know that she was never supposed to be part of that community. Her and I were never supposed to be on the outs. And everybody that she's friends with now, I definitely co-sign. I think they're all amazing women. And I think she's definitely, you know, in with a community that makes sense for her. Because she is not like them. Let's get into this.
Here, okay, I decided to edit what you just watched. before I started reacting. Like, I wanted to see what the vibe was of the video, right? Let me say this before I react, because, you know, reactionary content is my favorite content to do. And I do hope to get through and actually react to it. I really do, you know. I have been sassy, for sure. You know, I have definitely shown a little attitude and stuff, right? And I want to reiterate that I am completely biased here. I like Anne. I do not like Abby and her friends. These are my honest opinions, and I'm allowed to have one. I'm a content creator here in this same very space, and, you know, it's drama that's happening around me. I didn't ask YouTube to show me the video because I don't pay attention to Abby. I don't know nothing about her, you know what I'm saying, for a long, long time. So yeah, just know the bias is there. But let's get to it. Let's get to it. Because, yeah, this is my favorite part.
I don't have much time to make videos with working, but I feel like when somebody leaves YouTube that, you know, you should just respect them as people, regardless of who they are. And if they're gone off of YouTube, let them be gone.
I'll say it's interesting that she really thought this video was so important to fucking make that, like, she made it for 2 days on her way to work. Like, if you can't film, you can't film. But you can film a drama video. I'm just throwing it out there. Like, that's just logically thinking here. Now, as far as, you know, when someone leaves YouTube, we should leave them alone. First of all, that would never happen to me, so I don't even know why you're saying that. You guys will probably forever talk about me in some future way. I just got done showing your channel who left YouTube. There's not a single video about leaving YouTube, on top of the fact that you just made another drama video a few months ago. So, like, who left YouTube? And why are you going on about, like, how we should treat people like humans and not talk about them when they leave YouTube? It's one of them really lame excuses for why you think you should never be talked about. Like, you've been on YouTube.
I'm going to talk to you guys about an ongoing situation that's been ongoing for years. It's been brought to my attention that Anne...
Excuse, well, I didn't say your name, isn't an excuse. It's just not, no, it's not an excuse, especially when everybody knows.
And when I chose to leave the friendship with her, which was my choice, and regardless of what transpired after I chose to leave that friendship, it was my choice to leave a friendship. And I was demonized for not being her friend. Jenny did go online and she did talk a lot of crap, and I'm not excusing that. I should have spoken up more, let people speak up for me, and I shouldn't have done that, and I can admit that. But what I wasn't wrong for was choosing to leave a friendship that I believed was toxic.
And the fact that you had it brought to your attention when Anne didn't say anything wrong, that sucks for you. And it goes to show what kind of friends you have. I'm just throwing that out there. And you say, like, not saying names is no excuse. It's very much an excuse. Because it's funny that you would think every single one of her supporters actually knows you. Because if they did, I would assume your numbers would be closer to her numbers. And she says, like, regardless of what transpired after she left this friendship, you guys, what transpired was she let someone go on and accuse Anne of something really bad. And because that friend said it, I assumed, of course they were telling the truth. Why would they lie so publicly about something so serious? She says she was demonized for leaving a friendship. I don't know where that happened. Does anybody have any kind of input they can give me on why she would think that? Because I haven't watched that. The fact that you let people speak for you is a you problem. You are responsible for every word that came out of Jenny's mouth. You're responsible for every word of the voice memo that Alex recorded of you talking about Anne and then went and, you know, played it for Anne. Like, you're responsible for those things. You don't get to just like, you know, I have this problem, right? And I like let people speak for me. Like, what's wrong with saying, like, I take accountability that like some really fucked up things were said, dude? And you know what I'm saying? I understand that someone would be hurt by that. And I think if Abby really truly believed that her friendship with Anne was toxic, the best thing she could have done is left that friendship. But then I have to question what comes next, because she continues to let her back into her life throughout this video and throughout the time frame. So I'm so confused by the toxicity.
Toxic people, when they're gone, they're fucking gone from my life. Sometimes I have a hard time letting go of toxic people. I'm the first to admit that. But when they're gone, bitch, they're gone. I didn't put all the effort in to make them leave for them to just be back. This is why I like reacting.
If I am being spoken about constantly on someone's channel, then I have the right to speak up for myself. I clearly care about Anne, and I care about her family. I love her children, and I care about them deeply. It's okay to care about them and love them from afar. And I chose to do that. That was my choice. Anne puts a lot of pressure on the people she has in her life, especially her friends. She does a lot of videos. If you haven't watched her videos, she does a lot of videos on her expectations of the people in her life that she considers friends. She didn't tell me at the time that I wasn't enough and that I wasn't giving her enough. But now, after listening to her for the past 2-3 years speak about what she expects out of friendships, I definitely was not giving her what she needed as a friend.
I'm confuzzled. What do you want me to do? I'm confuzzled. The fact that Abby really thinks she's being spoke on constantly, like, that's crazy to me, because I really do watch all of Anne's stuff. And maybe, like, I've asked myself, right, like, maybe because I know what she's talking about and she's not saying Abby's name, maybe I'm not paying attention to it or something. Or maybe I just know that it's not from a bad place. She's having a conversation with her subscribers. That's what we do. If you are being spoke on over and over constantly, I agree. You have every right to speak on it. But like, you're speaking on it and no one even... She does a lot of videos about like these expectations that she puts on friends, and you know, clearly I wasn't a good friend to her and stuff like that. I watch all of Anne's content. I really truly cannot think of one expectation that I've ever heard come out of her mouth. That's why this video is a little crazy to me. And like, she reiterates, right, like the things that she expects out of her friends, and whoop-de-bam. Like, I know me and Anne are not friends, right? Like, I know that. But like, our relationship is very texty, right? And I know that's 95% of her and Abby's relationship, even for the 9 years. You know, it was all texting. It was not talking on the phone and stuff. And I just don't see how she can have these high expectations out of her friends when I've never heard her talk about expectations like that. I don't know what Abby is referring to. I can't even guess. I can't even assume. It's real bizarre. It's real bizarre.
She always had something going on. And honestly, there really wasn't much time in our friendship that I could share what I was going through with her, because she was going through so much. Did tell her things about what I was going through. She would compare them to what she was going through or what she had gone through, and say, well, at least it wasn't as bad as what I went through. And then she would go through what she went through all over again, that we have already spoken about over and over again. She has gone through worse. And she will tell me she's gone through worse. And she will tell me that her situations are worse than mine. It was just a lot. There was a lot going on. And I was going through something really hard in my life, when Anne was going through something really hard in her life, and I didn't think that she was the nicest person to me. And I didn't think she cared. I didn't think that Anne actually cared what I was going through. And that hurt me. And I can't take back how I chose to leave a friendship. Talk to her again was when Alex had come online and she was really upset, and she was just saying some of the most outlandish things I've ever heard. I wanted all of that to end, and there was just so much going on. I wanted all of that to end. So then we started talking again, and Anne and I believed Anne and I spoke about everything, and we had hashed out everything. We talk every few weeks, but like I thought we were okay.
Really rolling one, okay? Because like she got me stressed out already. You know, she said Anne always had something going on. I would agree with that. The internet very much knows all the things that Anne has gone through that like Abby is referring to. She has shared all of those things, and I agree. It's a lot. It's a lot for any human. And I think for a long time while Anne was in that space, she knew she wasn't able to deal with people making videos on her. And she probably did cry victim maybe a little too much just to maybe ensure that videos weren't made. Because like she knew she couldn't handle them. She cannot handle videos being made on her. Like I'm here to tell you that, right? Say like she would compare them and be like, you know, your stuff's not as hard as my stuff. Like I don't believe that. I don't believe that. For her to say her stuff is more important and stuff like that. No, I'm sorry. But that didn't come out of Anne's mouth in my humble motherfucking opinion. And you know what? I get that. Like if you feel like you're going through something and your friend who goes through a lot isn't there, or they don't care, and you know, you don't feel important to them when you've been there for them through so many things, I get that. Because I'm not a piece of shit, and I wouldn't judge my friend based on their number of hardships. I will say it is extremely difficult to pour from an empty cup. And when you are dealing with really hard things, it is extremely difficult to be a friend to the other person. That has happened a lot in my like internet career. I have had amazing friends that were there for me through my toughest shit. And I, you know, and it turned out like, you know, I had an empty cup and just didn't have nothing, you know, to give back. And that's the reality of life. So for some reason, when the not so able stepmother, crazy bitch, she came back to the internet, she was starting a bunch of shit. Like, I totally get that. Like, all of a sudden, that's when you want to talk to Anne, when there's a bunch of drama. I mean, that's what got Abby in trouble, though, because it was when she started talking to not so evil stepmother again that she recorded the conversation where she was talking about Anne. She don't tell you about that part, though.
It was brought to my attention that Anne was on her channel, not saying names, of course, but saying that she was set up and the situation really hurt her. She was crying about it. I've been hurt by Anne for years now, but I just don't come online and say it because I don't think that I should have to. I don't think that I need to come online and tell everybody how I'm feeling about somebody, because she is comfortable enough knowing that I probably won't make a video. I mean, I didn't even really speak about what happened when the whole thing with Jenny went off. Like, I went on Steph's channel and I went on my channel, but other than that, I don't really talk about things. The people that follow her can be vicious and mean.
Once again, some stuff is brought to her attention, right? That's the problem with her friends and her, right? Like, they bring stuff to each other's attention and they stir the pot and they give their truth about the video they watched, right? So I can only imagine how many times that Anne talks about a friendship or something that they tell her, Anne's talking about you again, and like she's not, you know what I'm saying? She's just talking in general or whatever the case may be, or even if she is. Oh, that Anne said she was set up in crying. First of all, Anne said nothing about crying, so it's interesting because she says it a few times. But like, she was set up because at the end of the day, Melissa, just a regular subscriber around here, wouldn't have screen recorded their messages? What makes it not a setup? You recorded them after you started asking questions, right? You recorded the responses from Anne so you could send them to Abby.
In my opinion, the conversation was probably brought up by Melissa. Melissa was probably probing and asking questions, and that's where it all began, and she screen recorded it all. That is set up. You're being set up.
No one has to, you don't have to tell your feelings about Anne on a video, and you didn't have to do it here either. Jenny crucified her and you did nothing. You're right, you did stay quiet. You absolutely stood quiet, and that's terrible. I am in Anne's comment section a lot. I don't see a lot of negative anything. I can't imagine how she would have like crazy mean subscribers, but I don't know anything about this box community. I have watched both of them ladies in the past while like watching YouTube in general, but like I don't know anything about the community. So I don't know if there's like gross pigs in the unboxing community, and Anne has subscribed.
Anne has a lot of subscribers, dude. Like you cannot possibly hold her responsible for her subscribers. You can't. She has way too many. That's just, like, stupid to me.
And also, she's very good at making it seem like she's being attacked.
And I don't want it to look like I'm attacking her. Some reason she can talk about me or anybody else over and over again, and it's not seen as though she is attacking them, or me. But if I make a video or I say something, all of a sudden I'm a bully and I'm attacking her.
And makes so many about other people that it's like, I don't understand how like that works. Like, how can you, just because you don't say people's names doesn't mean you're not making a video on people. So that she was being set up. Nobody set Anne up. I got a few DMs like I did when we had our falling out, and the DMs were nasty. They were nasty to me. And I said something in a video. I said, like, what I said was, me and Anne are fine. There's no reason for anybody who follows Anne, who has such a strong parasocial relationship with her, to send nasty messages to me. Anne wouldn't like it, and I don't like it. Like, that makes no sense. None of my subscribers were sitting in the comments saying, like, I can't believe you're friends with Anne, probably because I never spoke about it, but...
Anne makes it like she's attacked. Like, Anne has never told me that she felt attacked by them people. Any of them girls. You are like being accused of bullying and attacking her, right? Like, bully Abby is the last thing you are. You're the little scaredy cat that stands in the back of the bully. Like, that's who you are. Like, dude, no one has ever called you a bully. No one set Anne up. Dude, if I consciously say to myself, I'm gonna ask some questions. Okay, so here's the reality, right? Nobody knows what the whole side of that conversation was. Abby don't even know. Only Anne's part of that was even sent to Abby. Nobody knows what was being asked or said or any of the things. So if I consciously start asking questions, right, and I start asking questions to someone and I then choose to screen record it, I am setting them up. I didn't ask their permission. I'm going to use it for something. I'm going to send it to somebody. Like, do you want it to be called something different? The setup? Is that too, like, against the law sounding for you bitches? I don't know. Like, what else do you call that? No one should send nasty messages. But I will say this, okay? How do you know that none of your supporters sent Anne nasty messages? Anne's like me. If it looks like it's going to be nasty, I don't even open it. I have so many goddamn DMs in every social media, and I'm just not going to open them. I don't care what you have to say to me. And Abby, you have spoke about your friendship plenty, girl. Stop.
A few days later, I got a message from Steph. Now, Steph and I hadn't been speaking at the time. We hadn't been speaking for a few months prior to her reaching out to me. So her saying that she was set up doesn't make any sense to me at all whatsoever, because she knew I was not speaking to Steph. So how can you be set up if the people weren't talking to each other prior to all of this happening. I get this message from Steph, and I didn't listen to it because it was a voice note. Or no, a voice message. So I didn't listen to it because I was with my friend, and I read the transcript because I didn't want to be rude and just start listening to someone's message while I was. I just wanted to let you know that 2 days after Anne put her vlog up of you two seeing one another or hang out with each other, Anne was in a group chat talking shit about you. Like, it's just embarrassing to have to like speak about like this petty, weird drama that I'm continuously in. With the same person. I actually sent my best friend a message, and I sent her a screenshot of the transcript, and I was like, look what is being told to me. Marissa went to Anne and like basically was like, why can't you just stop talking about Abby? And Anne immediately said she had not talked any crap on me. You never spoke any crap about Abby. And Anne screenshot their responses to her and sent that to me. And then I wrote to Anne, I was like, Anne, I'm with my friend right now. I'm not even home, so I'm not going to talk to you about this right now. I'll talk to you about it later. She was like, I did not talk shit on you. She was like...
So, I just took a watermelon break, and I can't even tell you how happy I am. Is that really like a thing? Them endorphin things are for real, huh? Like, I just feel happy. I just sucked on 3 little cubes of fucking watermelon, and it made my whole life.
Anyway, she is so pressed by that setup, bitch. Here's the thing. Here's the reality. And everybody who knows that what I'm saying is 100% factual truth. The two of them, Anne, Abby, met up after months of not talking. They go on, they vlog. Them two being together made Abby's friend group feel some type of way. And in my personal opinion, allegedly my motherfucking conspiracy, Melissa dug asking questions, knew Anne would discuss it, and she made sure to screen record it. I don't know what other word besides setup could even be used, but like, you're real pressed about that setup, and I know your group gets real pressed about that setup. Like, if you were with your girlfriend, like your real life, girlfriend, like, why are you checking DMs and texting your BFF from YouTube and like confronting Anne? Like, no, that's weird. That's weird. And that's all Steph and Melissa were trying to do the whole time, is stir the pot. They didn't like seeing the two of them together. That's how they are. And if you know, you fucking know that I'm right. Why did the group chat lie when Anne asked them, have I been talking about Abby? Why did the group chat lie? Again, because the conversation was between Melissa, being recorded by Melissa, between her and Anne, and I don't think it was a group chat.
Like, I did talk shit on you after Marissa came to me and got upset at me and like came at me rude about talking shit on you. Like, then I went into the group chat and I talked shit, but I didn't talk shit on you before that.
Here's the thing, dude, and I think this is like real weird behavior. Okay, I really do. I think it's really weird that, Marissa has always like pitbulled for like her friends in that community.
I mean, let's be for real. She left the internet when we all realized she was a pitbull for someone like Muzz. And she like couldn't even face the music and left the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you're the pitbull of the group, right?
I would be so mad if BTU went to Abby and was like, who the fuck do you think you are? Talking about her, whoop-de-bam, whoop-de-bam. I don't understand why these girls think that's cute. I am so sure, right, that I have had people stand up for me in a DM or two, right? Like, probably not very often, but like, hey, I mean, that's kind of always been her title, right? Like, in the crew. Steph will do a lot of that too, but like, she stirs the pot, obviously. Like, we have a better idea of what like Steph and Melissa really do behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? If I was Abby, I'd be really mad that like my best friend went and like cussed someone out on my behalf. Can you imagine if we actually seen what Marissa said to Anne? And don't leak DMs. She doesn't believe in it. But, like, how nice would that be if we could actually see what Marissa said to her 7 months ago or whatever it's been? Because you know Marissa talked to her crazy.
You guys know that Steph is just, she's not a liar. And she's going to have proof of what she says. She's not just going to say something if she doesn't have proof of it. I wasn't even speaking to her at the time. I also wasn't speaking to Melissa at the time. I don't know if I was believing Anne or if I wanted to believe Anne, because I really didn't think that she would be talking shit on me. But the things that she was saying in the group chat about me, that were being said she said about me, were things that her and I had spoken about previously. I didn't know. I didn't know if, like, I wanted to believe so badly that she didn't talk shit on me because, like, that would hurt me, or if I actually believed her. I don't know. But I couldn't stop thinking about it. Like, I couldn't stop thinking about it, because it's like, I'm thinking to myself, like, me and Anne are fine. And the reason why we get in these, like, weird fights is because, like, I hear something and it hurts me.
I put my hair back because, like, I can't have it in my face anymore. I know it's cute like that, but, like, I can't do it. We know Steph shows proof. She gave Abby 8 minutes of just Anne speaking. As far as Anne is concerned, right? That whatever Abby sent to her, it was just Anne talking and not Melissa asking or talking, whatever. You don't know if you did believe her or wanted to believe her, but the things that you heard are things that you know she said to you. So was she talking behind your back or not? From what I know, like, she vented about Abby. She didn't even, like, talk shit about Abby. It was just, like, venting about some things. Like, some things that, like, she was upset about or whatever. It's not even nothing that hasn't been said publicly or any of the things. So, like, how is Abby's heart broken and shit? This is why I'm so confuzzled. And, like, you couldn't stop thinking about it. Okay, Anne tells you A, B, C, D makes me upset. And all of a sudden, you hear that she's telling a group, Melissa, A, B, C, D, but you still want to believe her. I guess I'm just trying to understand why. Like, who, why, what?
And then I hold on to it because I don't like confrontation. So, like, I just let it fester. And I let it, like, sit with me. Finally, I was like, I'm just gonna get to the bottom of this, because either I am the biggest idiot, either I'm the biggest idiot in the world and I'm just a glutton for punishment, or it really didn't happen. So, like, I need to figure this out. Even though I've been hurt by her, and this is not the first time that I have been told about her speaking about me behind the scenes. That's why when Steph told me the things that were being said about me by her, I was like, I've heard some of this stuff before, so I know she said it, but, like, she's saying she didn't. So anyway.
Oh, the festering. Abby can fester. Okay, if there's one thing I learned about Abby is that girl will hold on to some things for a lifetime, honey. She holds on to it. She doesn't like confrontation, and then like these weird fights keep happening. But, like, she's hearing things that Anne has already told her. And I'm trying to understand why the receipt queen herself didn't send over the 8-minute voice note from jump. If you're going to tell Abby and you're going to have it recorded, why wouldn't you send it to her? And Abby said it's not the first time. Okay, so, like, obviously you know she said something. You said out of your mouth, I know she said it, but I believed her that she didn't say it. Let me say that again. I know she said it, but I believed her that she didn't. Abby. Well, it is bedtime over here in this house, and I'm going to end that video here. That was maybe half of her video, and I'm still confuzzled. I still feel the way I feel, and I think some people are getting bored that they have no one to obsess over, and it's sad. I do better for 2025. Peace out, girls. Thanks again for coming. Have a great day or night wherever it is you are, and I'll see you on the next one.